third Bruges Wonderland of Play trip video. So it's a bit of a selection of everything, but this time it's about the dolls I took. I didn't buy any, as I've mentioned before, but I did take a couple. Well, I took 3 actually. So here are my first 2. So as you can see, these 2 are still in their party gear. This is what they went to Wonderland to play with. There wasn't many as big as Smart Doll, but quite a few people quite liked it and took a few photographs of her, which was lovely. Got my middieblythe here, and in my hand here that I'm waving about is my little tiny aridoll, which was fab because I actually found some other aridolls. So the photos I put on my last video are of just the stalls. This one's going to be photos of their adventures, so to speak, because there were great props there as well, so you could pop them sort of Alice in Wonderland themed. I didn't think I mentioned that on my last one, but yeah, everything was Alice in Wonderland themed and gorgeous and so amazing for photographs. So hence the little hat she's got up here. He had a little hat as well. I've just got a little bunny hat here for my midi, of which I will be doing a pattern for that one. In fact, I ought to sort of, can I prop him in there? Yes, there we go. They can all sit together. But yeah, there was a little hat competition for the doll. She didn't win, but I'm really pleased at what I did. So we're going to have a look at that and look at their outfits top down and explain what I did while I was there. And then I'll pop some photos on afterwards of a few of the props and the dolls posed in them and things like that and their adventures. This little monkey got up to a few adventures in Bruges as well, so I might pop those photos on at the end as well. So hope you're going to join me with that. If you enjoyed these videos, don't forget to please like, subscribe and share, and let's go top down and have a look what our dollies got up to. So these are the 3 cuties that I took with me. Now I have my Smart Doll Bree here, but she's not actually wearing her normal wig. She's actually acquired the wig from my Gaia. So yeah, she's got somebody else's wig, but I do actually quite like it. But I wanted a wig with a fringe, and I think it does actually suit her quite well. Her dress, well, we'll move these 2 first. Her dress is from Cheryl, and that is... Oh, let me spread it out a minute so you can really appreciate it. I think I did it on, I have done it on a video, but just look at the beauty of this dress. It's from Cheryl Clayton. I'm sure you've all bought from her as well, from Bella Doll Clothes. Oh, just cover yourself up there, missus. And I just thought it was perfect as a little party dress. So I was really sort of nice to be able to take this dress out and for people to see it, and people really did appreciate it. But there was this little hat competition that I mentioned, so I had to make one, didn't I? I just had to do it. So we're going to move you out the way, missus, because we can't really see anything when you're there. She takes up so much space, doesn't she? And this is the little hat that I made. It is just literally made out of felt. I've used a top from, I can't think it was, I think it was an aftershave, not an aftershave thing, like a shave gel, something like that. And then I built up the hat around it from there. And then I got a little bit carried away and I kept stitching things onto it. So we got a bit of Cheshire Cat there. We've got a little cup with some little tiny silver beads in there. Just love the feathers, love sewing these on. It wasn't individually, thankfully it's like a string of beads, so I could like just stitch it on as it went, so that made life a little bit easier. 90% of it is stitched. Obviously these aren't stitched, that wasn't stitched because they're quite heavy, but everything else I did actually stitch into place. I just thought it was a bit of fun. I had some of this, so that worked well, and I think she looked really rather nice in it. As you'll see, I'll pop photos on at the end of what they got up to and the photos that they had, so you'll be able to see all that. But that was my little hat, my Mad Hatter hat, for want of a better word. Now I'll move that little hat, that's his little hat. We have our midi, this is little Dee. Now I made little Dee the hat, which I am going to be doing a video on because I was quite pleased how it came out, because I was planning on doing big rabbit ears and I did these little ears and I'm like, well actually I think that looks cuter. So this is my little Dee, as I mentioned. She actually did acquire one of the others' dresses because little Dee is usually quite the little devil, wearing sort of the black and the red, and she's got a little devil fork and things like that. So I did just acquire one of the other dresses from one of the other girls, and she got the little bloomers and the little socks, I was going to call them, the little shoes. Now I'm going to get this wrong. It's one of Barbie's little sisters, and I never know whether it's Chelsea. I think it's Chelsea, but then I think they changed the name, so So I got a bit confused. But these fit so well for the midi blythes because they're quite hard to get shoes for unless you want to pay a lot of money. I paid like £3 for them, so it worked out quite nicely. So I thought she looked very nice, very stylish, and she enjoyed her day, as you will see. And she was sort of snuggled up with the smart doll who looked like she was carrying her around. So everybody found that quite fascinating, a doll carrying a doll. So yeah, so she did get a little bit of attention for that. And the final little critter that I took with me is our Jason. Now, Jason is an aridoll. Jason is quite a generic name for people, for a group of people I know that collect these little aridolls. So he's in his little frog outfit. But as you will see on the photos, he had quite a dandy outfit for the actual thing. So the event, should I say, not thing, that's not very good, is it? For the event, he had a little hat, he had a little purple jumpsuit, and I don't know whether his costume's up here actually. I could have done with perhaps showing you, but I will put in an individual picture of him because, oh, poor little fella, because one of the photos on there, I've hidden him inside a group of aridolls that somebody was selling, of which I did buy one, and the lady let me pop him on the sort of stall so I could take a picture of him in there. So it's a case of spot Jason because he's in among all the others, but you'll see that from the photos anyway. So I got him changed because then he also went on some adventures around Brugge. Can't speak, can I, today? Around Brugge with us. So you'll see him there as well, getting up to a little bit of mischief. Usually where food's involved, that's usually where he's up to things. So that was just sort of like a little quick sort of, here's the dolls I took because I wanted to sort of show the photos. And here is my beautiful Bree. And see if I'm going to lie her down a little bit. There we go. In her absolutely stunning outfit from Bella's Doll Clothes. So I had to take some photos, of course I did. Everyone was taking photos there, so that was easy. But obviously, in the middle of Bruges taking photos of these, you do get some funny looks sometimes. So I hope you can enjoy the photos. Please pop comments, like, shares, etc, etc. You know how it goes. And I will see you all very soon. And I think it needs to be crochet next. This is the last of my Bruges video. You might be glad to know. I could have done so much more because it is a wonderful, wonderful place. So I'll see you all very soon with a crafting video, probably. So see you soon. Bye-bye for now.